there's all kinds of new technology and new stuff, but if it's not better than what I'm already doing, I'm not going to change. And I'm definitely not going to pay to change, you know?
Yeah.
It's like if you're in beta and you want me to try it out and then review it for you, I do that a lot for tech companies now. 80% of the time, the software's shit. I'm like, so how do you back that up? Y'all, literally had someone tell me that they were going to mail me a tower. And the back, I was like, what if my office burns down? And the man goes, wow, you're really extreme. I'm like, no, how do you sleep at night? Like, that's my backup system and all my like, no. He's like, well, you've given me something to think about. Like, dude, what world do you live in?
That was like
Not the IT. Yeah, I'm super confused. Anyway, so email folders, make sure. Okay, for example, my Angela Profit LLC is back to go and log in on the back end, whatever. You get hacked one time and you kind of become psycho and then you don't trust anybody. So I'm like, no, you're set up in Business Manager, use Business Manager. She's like, but I can't do this in your personal account. I'm like, you don't need to be in my personal account. I don't give a shit about my personal account. I don't care how many friends I have. I care about the business page and the analytics. That's it. Use that. She's like, oh, so I can take it out of Hootsuite? Like it doesn't need to post anymore? I'm like, absolutely. I don't care. There's no analytics. Why? Like my life and my business is my personal life before Business Manager and analytics came out. So, but I didn't communicate that to her. She's like, well, you didn't tell me to take it off of Hootsuite. I'm like, sorry? It's like these things just come up. You know, but there's so many things going on in my head. Anyway, so this is the back end of this. For this email only. For Angela Profit right here. I also have Elegant Weddings on here. I also have iCloud, which you can show and hide. Don't have smart boxes. Anything on your Mac, nothing should ever live on your Mac. Ever, 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 ever. Those are recovered files, which are old files. And then I have Gmail over here. So this is the back end. And so when you're setting up folders, you want to set up folders from the back end of your email. So you see right here, my folders. And every system's going to work a little bit differently.
Do you pay for that solutions?
Yeah.
That's a corporation.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay.
They're
You
huge
said at
now.
work.
15 years ago, it was not. And it was not owned by a major .com company.
Okay.
Customer service, yeah, we call them once a week, at least. Yeah. I know it's not necessarily their fault. It's because we run from 3G to 4G, testing 5G. I'm traveling a lot. Servers are tripping. I'm in and out of 15 different Wi-Fi connections in the course of a day sometimes. So, I mean, I'm very understanding, right? Where some people, they're like, ah! You know, I'm like, I'm on the go a lot. So it's like probably any server I'm going to use, we're going to have trip ups. But at least once a week, I'm like, can you, like, we now have the direct number to the reset email line. Like, that's how bad it is.
Really?
Because shit won't sync. But again, I get it. But make sure you're setting up your folders on the back end. And then you've actually got to close the email, which means you can do 2 fingers and quit it. See the little line, or not the line, but see the little dot? These are all the programs that I have open. Just because you X out of it doesn't mean it's closed, people. The other way you see is do Command Tab, hold it down. So I'm holding Command Tab, and you can see everything that's open. And then, so at the end of every night, I'm like, all right, I don't need all this stuff, so I keep holding Command, and then I hit Q for quit. So, like, I don't need Safari. I don't need iBook Author open right now. And so these are just little shortcuts. Like, you can arrow over. I'm going to quit my contacts. I can quit Wunderlist. Every time you have all these things open, it's making your computer not only slower, but if you're syncing a bunch of your shit with people, you need to close your programs. Like, I try to close everything before I go to bed, unless I'm, like, really working on something. I rarely close Chrome because I have so many things open. And my favorite thing with Chrome is if it crashes, which happens, you guys, you go to history and it will see how 16 tabs and it will restore all tabs. Like, this saved my life. Like, this stuff will make you suicidal when you're like, when you got so much stuff open. Not really, I'm being dramatic. Something else that's super important, it's called tab suspender. So this is why you see the little paintbrush or whatever this is. It's called, this is a free app in the Google store. So basically, I have all these tabs open, sometimes multiple tabs on multiple pages, and that's A, using your data, B, slowing down your computer, and C, killing your battery, okay? But when you suspend it and you tell it what to do, all these tabs, these tabs have been open for probably 2 weeks, and it suspends them all. So it only is using the tabs I'm working on. Isn't that cool? And then you just like redo it, and then it opens it back up. So like I can just unsuspend. Now, when I'm uploading videos to YouTube or Vimeo and I'm gonna walk away for an hour, you have to tell it not, like, you gotta unsuspend it. So see right here, it says close tabs automatically, suspend a tab after 15 minutes. You can suspend the whole window, which is like 20 tabs, or you can do just one tab. So again, it's free, but you gotta tell it what to do. And then you can pause the suspender for like, whatever, 10 minutes, 1 hour. Isn't this cool? Like when you have a lot of tabs open. So I was in Starbucks working one day, this is a long time ago, and this guy came up to me and he was like, can I show you something? Like, he's the boy version of me on the airplane. And he's like, you sure do have a lot of tabs open. And I'm like, is this guy hitting on me? Like, what's happening? And he's like, well, there's this thing called tab suspender, and like I'm an attorney and I use it because I do a ton of research, but it like kills my battery. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, if you just download this suspender thing, and I'm like, oh my God, I love you. Like, this is amazing. Now we're friends. I don't like him like that though. But anyway, it's just crazy. Like, he's like, I'm not trying to be nosy, but, you know, same thing with me. I'm not trying to be nosy, but I could really change your life.